I've done a lot of cocaine in my life, but even that can't replicate the feeling of getting a double chair. Being able to stuff a rescue and then share that person with no consequences is probably one of the best feelings as a hunter in IDV. Very hard to do, of course, because you have to not only stuff a rescue, but then have the time to be able to chair them wherever they are, which isn't always close. Like this game, I had to run a 3-minute mile just to get there. And even then, they still rescued the knight before I was able to get back to the chair. But if you can do it, it gives you a massive, massive advantage against things like Cypher Rush because less people are working on ciphers, so it slows down progress by quite a bit. Finally, just getting that final hit on the knight before I'm able to put him on the chair. I get tinnitus, so I'm very aware that Acrobat is going to be the one for the save. I had an idea he was going to be going for the save anyway, just because of where he spawned. Now we're going to have to play this cat and mouse game where he has to get by me without getting hit. I'm the best, so he's not able to do that. And I do a very quick warp so I can get to the chair on time before he gets that save. As promised, I'm going to the chair that's 10 miles away. I know they're pretty close, but like, in this situation, it just feels very far, right? And they rescue Knight. I'm just double checking to see where he ran to. He has one more helmet, which is going to be a little annoying, especially because I'm not full presence. But I outplay him anyway. Norton trying to get that magnet off. Not quite, though. You notice I'm walking over this chair, even though it's further, because I want to keep chasing the acrobat, even while I'm carrying him in the balloon. It might sound weird, but like, trust me, you want to do stuff like that. That's really good. I walk into that slow ball because I'm stupid, but that's okay. He still doesn't really have anywhere he can run. He's just kind of looping the same area. He gets that pallet down, but it's not going to be enough. I just hop over it down here. You notice right there, I saw the mind's eye really quick, so I know exactly where she's coming from. Having her save is kind of a bold move, in my opinion, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out. I get that hit on her. She does get the rescue, but I end up getting that down on Acrobat. Notice now, because he's already been chaired, that was his last one, and now I can just focus fully on the mind's eye, and it's going to be incredibly hard for them to do anything at this point. They get that pop off, but again, it's just... it's a mind's eye versus a full presence night watch. Like... it's... yeah, she just goes down. That's good. I let Norton go because I'm such a kind and generous soul. Looking at it now, I don't think I could have even got Norton even if I wanted to. So, yeah, GG's. I have over 35 bodies in my basement, but you can never have enough. Basement camping is super fun and whimsical, and not a lot of survivors can save from it well, especially if they don't have tide, just like in this game. So if you get someone in basement, it's kind of GG's sometimes, and this is one of those cases, especially because Red Church is one of those maps where, like, if the basement is in the middle, anyone can get there from pretty much anywhere, and you kind of need someone that has tide, and they just didn't bring anyone that had tide, so it was kind of just freelo for me, you know what I mean? In fact, I don't ever think I see the seer this whole game. I think the seer was just an elusive goober. Did I lose her? Where? Why did I go that way? What's wrong with me? Okay. We're ignoring that. But yeah, she goes down there. Now you can see we're close to basement. Pretty much everywhere is close to basement. Banner doing his best to knock me back, but not very successfully. Didn't get that hit for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm bad at this game, apparently. Now you can see Batter trying to be a hero again. Pretty good ball, actually. That was not bad. And so, you see he gets hit going down there. And so now what's going to happen, I'm just going to down someone again, right? He doesn't even try to body block. I get stunned by Ench. It's not a big deal. And then he goes down as well. So now two people are stuck in basement. It's kind of like a cycle where if you don't have Tide, or if you're not someone that can just help them get out guaranteed, which is almost no one, mind you, and it just kind of builds on itself now. And she's gonna come save. She gets battered, but again, no Tide. She gets knocked off chair, and now we still have 2 people in basement, and Seer's the one can save. He still has his bird though, which, mind you, Seer should be the one saving. He's not, right? I don't see him the whole game. Batter's gonna try and save again for whatever reason. He gets a ball off. Seer uses his bird, which, again, a huge mistake, but I think he's just done with this game. I think he just wants to leave. I get the drop down hit, not that it matters, because, you know, game's over. But, yeah, again, like I said, I never see the Seer. He's just off in his own world. That's GG's. Just like Jimmy Neutron, I had a brain blast that saved the day. One moment can change the entire course of a game. I got completely shat on this whole game, but then one singular action let me win. That's how fickle games can be sometimes. This is a rather old game. I don't play Lucino too often anymore, especially because chat doesn't let me play hunters that I like playing. The thing about changing that, I kind of miss playing some of the old hunters I used to, like Alvin, Lucino. We'll see though. She keeps getting all those Orphees off. I keep hitting all of them. I'm kind of desperate right now, so I just warp straight onto her, but even that doesn't really work, honestly. Wait, that one's on me. I should have just hit her. I don't know why I didn't. I mean, yeah, she would have got the portal and all that, but I still think it's worth it. At least I didn't hit that one, right? They're doing a bit of bring around the Rosie. She escapes to another kiting area. Again, not a really strong one, but still. She's completely out of Orpheus though, so that's pretty good. It's still really early in the game for her to be out. But as a survivor, you don't mind that too much, just because your first kite is supposed to be you using your resources, and the subsequent kites are supposed to be your teammates helping you, especially if you have a priestess, antiquarian, meteorologist on your team. That's the strategy that you're going for as a survivor. Still getting completely turned around. In my mind, this game is like a tie at best, right? 3 Cypher kited, and they already are basically halfway done another one. Someone's gonna rescue and then help them kite. It's gonna be rough, and of course it's antiquarian. I get a good slam down, but it's antiquarian, so she just smacks me into a couple walls, so it doesn't really matter. I miss my jump like the dog I am, and I'm threatening warp. And I get her to vault that. Yay for me. I knocked down that antiquarian, and now we're in a pretty good spot right now. It's still not really winnable, believe it or not, but it's not a terrible spot to be in. Looking a lot better now. Man, this wasn't even the moment I was talking about. Believe it or not, I'm doing pretty good, and this is even what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. I haven't watched this game in forever. Holy crap. I'm doing amazing. I'm so good at this game. Priestess is going to get this off. I jumped over the chair for some reason. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, everyone gets saved. So now, again, I am filled with despair. I am filled with dread. I am, again, filled with thoughts of just losing this game altogether. Fear not. I have a stroke of brilliance, though. A down journalist's after image after she went through the portal. I do a couple jumps, and then Meteorologist knocks me back. Now, this right here, oh my god, this was so satisfying. Triple down. Look at that. That is beautiful. Oh my god. My brain really kicked into hyperdrive and said, nah, we're not losing. Meteorologist, though, goated move. She gets up both of them because she puts a cloud over Antiquarian while healing the Priestess. Actually, doing in that order is actually super goated, too, because Priestess has faster healing. So she heals the person that has faster healing while putting a cloud over the person that has slower healing. So it's kind of like a micromanage type thing that, you know, you see peak tiers do. It's Antiquarian's first chair. So right now I still kind of want to look for the Meteorologist if I can. I want to disrupt the coding while I make someone go for the save. And I have warp, so I can just warp back to the chair if I need to. Just like now. Meteorologist is out of bottle, so it's going to be pretty easy to stop that rescue. That's game. Pretty much. Man, I can't believe I won this game. This is crazy. Priestess never comes for the save. I just go over to dungeon to assert my dominance. There she is. She just puts a portal down, and then I smack her. And that is GG's. I'm pretty sure I surrender and I give it to her. Oh no, I give her done. I just drop her. Yeah, GG's. My yaoi hands are unstoppable. My grip is iron. No one is escaping when I decide to clasp them. Giant Claw's great. It helps you get to basement in situations you have no business getting to basement in. And that's super great for people that have extremely good basement camp, like Norton and Naiad. This game, I don't even know if I won because of Giant Claw, but it certainly helped, and it certainly helped me pull off some shenanigans that I wouldn't have been able to if I didn't have it. To be honest, while I was carrying them, I didn't even know if I would have made it. I just kind of said, fuck it, we ball. And it worked out. This edge finally goes down. I blink for it, but that's alright. Not too good of a kite from her. Now notice how far I can get with Giant Claw. That's just insane. I walked across half the map with her in a balloon. Now it's going to be really hard for them to do anything. I just put up my rock. I love my rocks, and wait for Mark to come try and do something about it. It is Mark, so even though I smack him, he is going to be able to get this rescue off. I try to terror shock him, but my slow grandpa reflexes are not it. I still get that inch down though. Look at that. Basement camp is actually crazy for Norton. I'm sure you guys knew that though. Something I will note, typically, with Tide, even if you down them, you're not able to go back to basement, just because they get too much distance. But, with Giant Claw, you don't give a fuck. You can just go back. That distance means nothing to you. Are they selling? They might just be selling. Okay. Yeah, they sold. Gravekeeper, I'm disappointed. How could you not help your Nakama like that? So I feign going back, and I'm going for the Merc because he's already used some resources, and he's self-healed. So, that's prime real estate right there. Use his last elbow pad, and now he's completely out of resources, and so I really want to go for him now. Unfortunately, he is in a really good kiting area. A really good untouched kiting area. I mean, he did just throw that pellet, but still, it was. Finally, I get him down, I corner him, and force him to a bad position, and then he finally just drops. Last Cypher's already primed though, unfortunate. Totes unfortunate even. Giant Claw lets me hit that shovel. It doesn't really do much because he has another one, but, I mean, it's nice, I guess. I try and stuff the rescue, because that's just always nice to do. I smack Merc, because why not? Now, I do actually have a plan here. Merc has used his self-heal. That is super important. So, I can get him down just like that, walk over a bit, let them get some distance over to the gate. That's why I haven't switched to TP yet. And then finally, once I feel like they're there, I can switch. And I can TP, and both of them are here. Now, no one's at Merc. I know where both of them are. This is a good situation. You see the scratch marks from the lawyer? I know he's going to go help the Merc. So now I go over back to him. And again, I don't really care who I get down. I just want to get someone down. So the Merc's self-healed. He's kind of out of the game. I know Merc is around this area, so I'm also trying to keep an eye out for the Andrew at the same time as I'm chasing the lawyer. Lawyer has not self-healed, so I do put him on chair. And then I go back to the Merc. Well, I have to find him first. But yeah, then I go back to the Merc. Gravekeeper did open the gate, and he went back to the Merc. And then I down Merc again. And again, I just leave him, because what's he going to do about it, right? You know, maybe it did matter that I actually got that shovel out earlier, because now he doesn't have any shovels, and he just goes down. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah, Giant Claw is awesome. GG's. I wish that these survivors would take the advice that my parole officer gives me, and stop harassing these nice people. I am these nice people. Talked a lot about harass. There are a lot of batter videos, there are a lot of Archer videos and stuff like that. This is like a unique type of harass that I haven't seen, and I still don't see very often. It is very effective. I think this is actually the second game I played against these guys, and they beat me the first time. And then I got a tie, and then I think I finally won this game. Sorry, spoilers. So, It took me a little bit to get the hang of how to handle these guys, but I eventually did. That's another thing that you should start to do as a hunter, is just learn, learn from your mistakes, right? Like, figure out what you did wrong and what you should do next time, and just use that in your next games, just like I did here, right? That was a sick warp fake out, by the way. I love faking out with warp. So not too good of a first kite, right? It's looking pretty good for me right now, and time progress isn't too bad, and I get to get on this meteorologist cipher right away. See that gardener's already here. And she just throws a wind at me, so I can't down her. That's fine. Entomologist doesn't really have anywhere to go. And by the way, they're a 4-stack, so this Ent knows what they're doing. So what they're going to do is, there's only one chair I can put her on. There's no chair that's close enough for me to put her on anywhere else. So what they're doing is they're breaking that one chair that I can use, and they're not going to let me use it. And all I have to do is down the gardener, right? But the cheerleader is going to be here to keep the gardener alive. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's stupid. She's barely gonna get out of this without a hit. She used the speed boost with flywheel, which makes it so she doesn't take a hit. Crazy work. Yeah, I feel like they've done this a lot. There's a strat they run a lot of the time. I get hit with that pallet. I'm not too happy at this point. I do eventually get a hit off on the gardener. But now, look at this. One cipher's halfway done. I've only hit the gardener once. And I can't even down her again because of cheerleader. Now I have to down the cheerleader, then down the gardener, then I can pick up the entomologist, finally. Mind you, she's gonna struggle free. I already dropped her once. Now, the one downside to this strat is that there's only one person decoding, right? They healed the gardener again. It's really annoying. Yeah, the one downside is that there's only one person decoding. So, decoding's a lot slower, so they have to harass for a lot longer. I don't know if they care about that, though, because they're doing a really good job of it. Now that the cheerleader's only one hit away, Gardener's body blocking for the cheerleader. I should have downed the cheerleader first, but it is what it is. So, eventually I get tired of it, right? I just pick up the cheerleader. No one can save right now. That's what we're doing right now. No one can save anymore, so I'm just switching targets. She bubbles, but I don't think it's going to be good enough. Unfortunately for me, entomologist just gets herself back up, and so I have to go back to the chair. Is primed. So that was an extremely bad pop from them. I'm not gonna lie, some of the reason I won this game was because of luck. Is what it is, I'll take it. I went to Cornfield Gate just for a little bit, just to fake them out. And you see that entomologist came back to try and get that rescue because they're greedy. And I down Ent. And then I see that the meteorologist is over here, so I just dash over to her because the Ent already self-healed. So I get pushed back and I say whatever, alright, that's fine, I'll just take the tie. And then I see Gardner running the distance. This is my moment. This is what I live for. I see my chance and I take it. There's no shot I'm letting this go. The reason I'm looking back, by the way, is I'm looking back to see if the meteorologist goes to heal the entomologist. I see that she threw a cloud over, so I just go to pick her up. And I chased Gardner away enough that I feel like it's okay. Still, she bubbles instead of running to the gate. I'm not sure if that was the correct thing to do. Probably not. And then watch this. I'm just gonna shut up and let you watch. The gardener and the meteorologist both flywheel. That took her out of the gate, so I was able to knock her out. And I won the game because of that flywheel. GG's. Hello. Starting out with a good pickaxe, just to get close to the mech who spawned over here. I'm just double checking for a George. I do not see one, which doesn't mean it's not there. It just means I don't see one. Mech is cornering herself, we love that. I see her over in that corner, so now I know I can just walk on over to her. There's nothing she can do about it. The fact that she didn't put down her bot makes me think I missed it, and it's still over there. But, as you'll see right here, nope, she just didn't want to try and body block with it. She might just not be good at that. That might just be a personal thing to her. Get that good chip. Ooh, you see that? That was a good chip. Put up a rock, which she just walks around, and then ignore that pickaxe. That pickaxe did not happen. Ignore that swing, too. Wow, there's a lot of things that we're ignoring this game. She runs around that, as she should. But then, just goes down. Again, she had so much time to body block for that. I don't know why she didn't. She just might not feel confident with it. But yeah, ciphers are decent. I wouldn't say it was a good or bad kite. It was a kite. Luca runs away, and Cord comes for the save. Now, you're going to see some coordinator shenanigans here. Watch this. Watch this little dance we do. I don't want to get hit, and she wants to hit me. She gets it. She gets it. That pillar was a lifeline that didn't end up working out. Easiest pallet bait of my life. Could not have been more predictable. I hit her even though I could have chipped her. I don't know. I mean, she could have just run out anyway, but point is, she's going down. Mecha's running this way, so I know just to run over here. I don't know exactly where she is. I do have tinnitus, though. My tinnitus goes away, so I know she's running in that direction. So I promptly switch, and I see her right there. I put up my rock. I get one chip. I wish I got her down, but is what it is kind of thing. She's running over to this area. Super bold of her, if I'm being honest. I mean, I guess she knew that Seer was watching. I do get a chip on that Seer bird, though, so she goes down. Now, ciphers are kind of crazy good right now for the kite that she had. I don't know if that's just me, but I feel like ciphers are way too far along for what kind of kite she did. They don't care that she's on chair, by the way. They just pop it. I take announcement so I see where everyone is. So I see that Coordinator and Luca are going to Christmas Tree Gate, and Seer's over by this Moon Gate. I purposefully don't blink on him. He messes up that flywheel, by the way. I purposely don't blink on him so I can save my TP. He goes on chair, and I instant switch to TP. I swing at the gate, and Luca doesn't shock me, which is quite shocking. But yeah, GG's, thanks for the dub. I know I have some Joseph enjoyers in my fanbase. Here are your crumbs. Say thank you. Yeah, I suck at Joseph. That's not like a mystery or anything. When I was trying to look for a new main, again, I still play Nightwatch a lot, but when I was looking for someone else to play that I might like, Joseph was one of the people that I was thinking about. And I tried some different strategies with him. I don't think I implement any of those in this game. I think I just run around with my head off. But something I thought about doing was banning all the people that can heal themselves. So that would be Demi, that would be Doctor, and that would be Meteorologist. Those three, and I might be missing one, but for the most part, those are the people that I can think of that are played a lot. Doctor's not really played a lot, but she is a super hard counter if she ever gets picked. That said, again, just thinking about banning all those people, then getting everyone to either a chip hit or one regular Joseph hit. So that way no one can ever save against me, and no one can heal, and no one can fix it, and I just kind of win by default. I still think that is a good idea, honestly. Like, again, I tried a couple things. That was the thing that if I ever play Joseph again, I want to do that, because I think that's probably the way to... I don't know. I'm just some stupid Nightwatch main, what do I know? But, like, that sounds like it would make sense, right? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I found one Antiquarian. I didn't find whoever was on boat, Mech. I think looking back at the game now, I think I know where she spawned, but again, if I want to play Joseph, which I might play him sometimes when my chat yells at me to, I have to get better at figuring out spawns. Like, precise spawns. Mech's on chair, and Antiquarian is unhealable, and I think I want to keep it that way. So I injure the Priestess, and I down the Priestess. And now I'm just chasing the Mechanic. God, this card trick is gonna make you guys cry. That was so bad. I'm just gonna skip a little, because we go around here for a while. Abysmal card tricks. I eventually just blink her down. I immediately swap trade because I don't think I'm gonna need blink again for the rest of the game. I see Priestess over here. I pick her up so that way Cord has to use her gun on me before the save. That's super important. I wanted her to use the gun before the save. It gives her mech less time to run away, which I think it's not that much time. It is. Like, it matters more than you would think. I actually had a decent card trick. I'm proud of myself on that one. And I get that down, finally. Antiquarian. Okay, Antiquarian pulls off some shenanigans. She's really far from me, so I don't think she has enough leeway to get to me, even with her jump. But she she flywheels at me, which actually gives her enough distance to hit me. Not quite good enough, though. I do get that mech despite that. So, now she's gone. Now, this is looking extremely tieable, right? I could tie this. Take a picture just for good measure. Why not? I'm Joseph. It's what I do, right? Walk over to the cipher over here and down the cord, because she's the only one that hasn't been injured in any way. So I want to change that. I see the ante. I decide, why do I need to chase her when I can just go after a mirror image? It's what I do. It's what Joseph does. But I'm stupid and blind, and I didn't find her. So, is what it is kind of thing. Cord didn't end up going down. They did not rescue her in time. That said, don't know where she is. I feigned card tricking. I faked her out, and then I just stopped and smacked her down. So, good for me. Priestess and Cord reset, though. That's a little unlucky, low-key. Not happy about that, but that's okay. I can just take a picture here and do some shenanigans with that, surely. I see both of them, so I know exactly where I need to defend. I just want to get a smack, right? I don't really care on who, just get a hit. Nice, there we go. I want to injure the coordinator if I can, that way everyone is hurt. There we go. Now we're in business. Now everyone is injured. I just have to get a chair. Doesn't matter on who, I just have to get a chair. And then now no one can say it. I am pursuing the Antiquarian to the best of my ability, which is not very good. But then, I have a brilliant idea. Antiquarian just got saved. Priestess is probably decoding in Mirror World. Nice! Look at that! So, I put the Antiquarian on the chair, so she goes down. And now, Priestess is right here, and I can just put her on the chair that I put the Antiquarian on. The Anti on, just in the Mirror World. First take, by the way. I only ever do one take anyway. I somehow find the Antiquarian. Did I card trick? I don't even know. Man, I'm stupid. Yeah, put her on chair, and then obviously the coordinator is going to go for Priestess. I just double check, make sure that is what's happening. And then remember that TP that I swapped to earlier? Told you it would come in handy. Easy dubs. I wasn't ever worried I was going to lose this game. GG's. Yeah, pretty good today. Look at that. There's a... Nice! Holy shit, did you see that? Did you see that? I canceled my own hit recovery. Oh, I'm so fucking good at this video, Fuego. Sorry. Guys, that's a 7. Don't say anything other than that's a 7. That is a 7.
Yo, not 6, 7!
No, look to the left, look to the left, look to the left! It is a 6!
Yeah.
6, 7, 6, 7! I don't know if this is, like, possible, but, like, it's just a thought experiment, right? What if we combined Yuri and Yaoi, and we make something, like, completely new? Like, what if we take one of the girls from Yuri and one of the guys from Yaoi, and, like, kind of mix it somehow? I don't know how that would work, but, like, what if we did that? Uta, Untamed song. Oh, untamed. Oh. Wow. He went down before he got his bird. Oh! Oh! Oh man, that's gotta... Oof. Why would you go through that? Why would you go through that? What is happening? What was that? Bro, she did the wrong Orphe. She did the wrong Orphe, man. Oh. That was a mistake. Oh my god. Holy this doctor is actually cracked. Let's go! It worked! Let's go! The new strat! I actually saw that on someone else's TikTok, by the way. I stole that idea. That's not an original. Wait. I want everyone to watch this kite back and tell me if this is a good kite. I'm so fucking good at this game, dude. Nice. Huge. Are you kidding me? My endgame is so good, it'll be studied for generations to come. Multiple civilizations from now, they'll be studying CatharticNight's endgame in Identity V. They'll say, wow, that the Cathartic Night guy really could do some really good endgame and hit asymmetrical horror game Identity 5. I hope I can be like that one day. Yeah, that's right, IDV is gonna be around after multiple civilizations have already rose and fell. This is just the beginning. And we are the pioneers. Yeah, pretty good late game. Not a very good early game. I don't know if you noticed, but I was looking for the Luca originally. Didn't find him. I found the mech. I went off the mech to go on her bot. I got rid of the bot, and then I decided, oh, I'll go for the Mind's Eye now. Not only is she a weaker kiter, but I already got half of mech's bot gone. It's a little over half, as you can see it in the recording. That's despite Mind's Eye being in a better area. I just thought it was worth it. So she gets some distance, but watch this. Watch this hit really quick. You see that? I said this quite a bit, but while a survivor is throwing a pellet, their hitbox changes. Their hitbox changes to the front of the pellet. It's weird, but that's how it works. So that's why that hit connected. Also, notice this right here again. This is really important. The pathing that I'm taking. She wants to run up the stairs, so I follow her in that direction. Not until she goes back to the pallet that I also go back to the pallet and I can just hop it and follow her there. Now she's left with nowhere to run and she just goes down quickly. Weepy comes for the save. He's half. Gets a really good rocket off on me. I follow her. Look how much distance she got from that. I was pretty sure she had knee jerk before, now I'm positive she has knee jerk. This kite, you can see on the left, is not going very well for me. And that's because it took me so long to find her. By the time I found Mind's Eye and I started the chase, there was already a cipher at 60%. It was rough. And mind you, that's while the mech was barely decoding. And now her decoding was, I think it became 70%, like right away as soon as I hit the Mind's Eye. Despite all that, look how fast the decoding is. It's actually crazy. Weeping gives Mind's Eye a little bit of assistance, gives her a bit of room from the rocket. Not really going to be good enough. She flywheels, which is crazy. So right now I have some hope in my eyes. The fact that she flywheeled means that she's Sui. I have a little twinkle in my eye now, I have a little sparkle. I don't knock down Weeping Clown because I'm not sure if it's primed. And if it's primed, then getting him down doesn't matter, right? Actually, it does. Would've, actually. Because Mind's Eye still wouldn't get up. Oh yeah. Now I am trying to knock him down because it would delay the save by a lot, especially when he would get up. Then I see the Luca, and I decide it's not worth it anymore. He tries the body block, because Genji's Sui. Doesn't work, so I get her down. And notice, I'm following the Weeping Clown, not the Luca. Now, why would I do that? Because the Luca right now is a better kiter. And you have to think about that. Weeping Clown has already used all of his resources. So, he has nothing to kite with. Meanwhile, Luca, he has a shock, yes, but he probably also has flywheel or knee jerk. The Weeping Clown had Tide and BT. He has literally nothing to kite with. The Luca did. That's why I went for the Weeping. After I go to this other gate and I see both of them there, and again, I pallet bait him. Notice, I'm looking over to the left, and I see Luca over in the distance. We have to work with Tinnitus a lot. I have Tinnitus right now, and now I have to determine where he is with Tinnitus. So I go up to the tree, I go up to the other gate that Mech opened, My Tinnitus is still proccing. I leave to go to check the other gate. Tinnitus leaves. I know he's now at the mech gate. Or he's trying to go there. Most likely. Not always. He's not here yet, but I still have Tinnitus. I see scratch marks. I know where he is. He goes upstairs. I see him. I see his scratch marks, rather. He jumps down. Again, I know where he's going. I don't have to follow him. I can cut him off. I dash in front of him. Even if he has flywheel, it doesn't matter. He shocks me to just get a little bit of distance. One last pallet bait. GG's. No witty intro. This was just appalling. You guys probably don't know, I actually haven't played IDV in like a month, so I haven't ranked up. And I'm in Griffin rank right now. So yeah, no, Griffin rank is an experience. I will say that. I have had a lot of wins just handed to me. This is one of those. A lot of my wins have just been handed to me. Obviously no hate. I'm not even a Griffin, I'm a Mammoth. These players are better than me at Survivor. I'm just saying. It's definitely not what I'm used to playing against. I'll say that. This is probably one of the most egregious examples of that. And Bomber went down in like 3 seconds. He took knee jerk, so he escaped out of that. He runs over to this area, and then he does actually get a pretty good pellet stop. Probably should have seen that coming. Didn't. I don't know why. But it doesn't really help him. He goes down right away again. So I think I say this a lot. And Balmer's really good. Like, he's really good. He had an abysmal kite, and it was enough for journalists to finish a cipher. So, and Balmer's really good. People should play him more. Anyway, Journalist just takes a hit to the face, like a champ. She uses an Orphe, and then goes for the save. Huh. That's interesting. Where'd the Orphe go? Perhaps, maybe she used the wrong Orphe. Surely not. Surely she didn't use a pallet Orphe to save the Embalmer. That would be ridiculous. Preposterous, even. But who am I to argue with facts? I guess that's just what happened here. Okay, simple mistake. Won't happen again. Surely it won't happen again. He gets hit, and then he gets caught on me. And, oh boy. Oh my. It happened again. Man. That's the game. That's the game. That's it. It's a really short video. That's the whole game. I feel bad, so I let the site go. She's even emoting at me. She's just being a little goober. I'll play the game out, but that's it. GG's. This gravekeeper clearly did not have strict parents, because he was not a sneaky deaky little guy. I could hear his footsteps from a mile away. He procced my spidey sense. When you rescue, you gotta be sneaky deaky. Yeah, because if you don't, you get hard cut off, even as gravekeeper. So that's why when you see a lot of high tier survivors coming at the chair from weird angles, because they have to. They have to make sure they don't get hard cut off. Otherwise, something like this would happen. Not this isn't this right now, but like you'll see it soon in a sec. Gravekeeper's a 3-hit, so it's really hard to get cut off as Gravekeeper. But you can, right? It can happen. And that's also part of the reason why survivors run right when the person gets down, because they don't want to run straight at the chair. They don't want to beeline it to the chair, because then they get cut off. I know the mech has the bot and she's going to try and body block, so I do just walk past her into the pallet while she's body blocking, because I know she's going to try and do that. Again, a lot of IDV is just mind games and knowing what the other person's going to do. So now, here it is, the moment of truth. I see him coming from a mile away. He probably should have come from a different angle, probably gone up towards the coaster or into the building instead of through that way. He needed to mind game me in some way. He probably just didn't leave early enough. Yeah, no, he tried to use a second shovel, didn't get it off, clearly. So now I'm just rushing back to chair, because obviously someone else is going to try and save. I stop Acrobats from saving so I can be right next to him when he gets the rescue off so I can down mech. I'm doing some silly little loops. And I down that mech. I don't go for that second hit on the Acrobat specifically because Gravekeeper has already been chaired, and I want to get back to the Gravekeeper as soon as possible. Otherwise, I would have gone for that second hit on the Acrobat. He's just making a little bit of a loop. I don't know if he should have gone this way. I mean, maybe it was the right choice, but going for the portal was definitely the wrong choice. I know that. He shovels for whatever reason. I don't know why he shovels. He probably shoveled so he could make it to the world portal, then realized I can't go through the world portal if I'm in a shovel. So he gets out of the shovel, and then he just kind of goes down. Yikers. I see Acrobat. Good flywheel. I hit him while he's falling, and I suck back Gravekeeper and knock him down before he's able to hop in that shovel. And that's the second time he's done that this game, with the same shovel, mind you. So now I'm just on the pursuit on Acrobat. I follow him into the building, using up a lot of dashes. Ignore the collision that I'm making. Surprisingly able to walk around that. His Acrobat isn't too accurate with where he's placing his balls. I've been able to walk around like 2 of them. And I just barely get that hit off. That's game. I kind of look for a chair for a sec, but I eventually find one. But Priestess doesn't come to save. I don't chase her. I don't care. She can get out. But yeah, that's it. GG's. Bro, I'm a swollen one. I'm full of extra thick ink. They just had to make it white, huh? It'll come on your back, bro. I got that. I got you. I guess I hold this now. Alright. I'm just holding that man's cum. That's sick. I love this. Oh, Boris, I didn't know you were like that. Oh, fuck. Damn, Boris pulls. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. She wants to be inside you, dog. Damn, she's gonna take you. I usually skip this part. Yo, Boris and the Angel left an audio. Nice. Oh my god, that's so funny. Nani? Did that portal really disappear the second she went through it? Am I that unlucky? Fuck this. I'm sharing her. I don't care. Oh! Hey! Planned. Planned. Hey, SRS Martha, how did she do? Rate her form, rate her form. Oh! Dude, that hitbox is so fucking funny. Nice. Oh, I'm so fucking good at this game. Fuck your Murrow and your boar. Huh? They say if you love something, you should let it go. And if it loves you, it'll come back. That's a fucking lie. I lost the fuck out of this priestess and I hated her. She came back. Died too. Spoilers, sorry. Anyway, moral of the story, if you have a toxic ex, give them a call. Apparently it was meant to be. So yeah, I lost this priestess. I think it was after a chair. Was it after a chair? No, maybe it was just after the first hit. But yeah, no, I'm chasing her around here. I go to this spot sometimes, a lot of the time lately, when I don't really want to chase who's in main building. It's kind of a hit or miss. Bet he never kissed, huh? Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. I feel like this works out more often than when I go to the main building lately. They didn't turn the stop off, which is good for me. Yeah, just because the main building, it's a lot easier to stall for time so people can turn off the stop. And if that happens, they turn off the stop and they take the coaster, I basically just lose. So this warp right here is where I lost her. I have no idea where she went. I'm that fucking Pulp Fiction gif right now. Huh? Mark? Where'd she go? Wait. The guy was Mark in the gif. Anyway, I switch on to Magician. Get an easy hit on him. I'm the fucking best. Ignore that I lost the priestess. I do eventually see her. She's gonna make a world portal that was as obvious as tricks being for kids. Again, easy hit. I say this a lot, but IDV is a lot of just knowing what people are gonna do. So even Magician, every time he wands, it's just a mind game. Is he gonna run forwards or backwards? Sometimes. I mean, he can block off certain things, like he can block off a pallet or whatever, but that's different. Good magicians will actually do that, where they block something off, so you're either forced to hit the image or hit nothing. Anyway, yeah, I believe they're gonna sell the magician. Not a terrible idea. He did go down really fast, and he only has one wand, so it's probably gonna be an after half save. Again, not a terrible idea. My lovely priestess came back to me. Thank you. I knew you loved me. Really good flywheel, by the way. Really good flywheel. I downed the priestess because I don't know where the magician is. He's invisible when you save him off chair. He gets a good wand. It should have been obvious that he didn't go that way because the scratch marks weren't there. I guess I'm just stupid. Mess up that pallet bait. Do get him down, though. I'm walking over to the priestess because I know she's going to self-heal soon. And instant down. She probably should have just taken the chair because now she can't self-heal. I'm just going to let her bleed. Why not? There's no downside to that. Norton's here. Thank you. May I have another? Yeah, no. When he throws a magnet at you, if you have a dash, some people have a dash, and you can use it easily. I don't think a lot of people can, but Nightwatch is one of them, where you just dash at him. I'll do it again here. It force activates the magnet, so he doesn't get a good one off. So if you do that, just like that, pretty good. Priestess is on the floor. But I'm going to finally chair her just to put more pressure on Luca. Because I don't want her to be self-healed. I want to apply more pressure on the Luca. I get tinnitus, so I know he's around somewhere. I warp onto the Norton because that's the most likely place he's going to go. I chase after the Norton specifically because the route to get the priestess's chair is farther the way Luca ran, if that makes sense. I hear him. I hear his fucking loud-ass heaving and breathing. So I know he's around. I see him and he just goes down. Yeah, GG's. I would like to address the accusations against me. The accusations that I don't know the IDV lore. I'm going to address them by making a full breakdown of all of the IDV lore that I know to one condensed video. Start off simple, just what is the Manor? The Manor is an entity that draws people in with letters containing some of their deepest desires. Seer, as an example, was drawn in because he received a letter saying his wife was in the manor. And a lot of the characters in the manor have personal relationships to each other. For example, Gardner and Hellember are father and daughter. Hellember's wife cheated on him with Lawyer. Ada and Emil are married. Mike is in love with female dancer. That's pretty much all the lore I know. There's more with Acrobat, like someone threw acid in someone's face or something, and I think Ithaca and Archer are like siblings. I don't know. Yeah, they were right, I guess. I don't really know much. Bye. It sounds like if we want to find what these go clockwise. Wait, which is clockwise? Clock goes like that. So, which one's? So this is the typical cyclone. This goes counterclockwise. This goes counterclockwise. One of them will go counterclockwise, and that's the ones that we use to ride into Giant's Deep. Into the void we go, I guess. What the fuck is this? Oh my god, am I getting reincarnated? Is this a birth canal? I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. I cannot fight him. I can't fight him. Okay, I'm back in the womb. Alright. I'm going to be given birth to again. Hello, Mother. I have returned. Thank you, Mother. I appreciate the birth. Okay. Give birth to me, Mother. I'm ready. I'll do better this time. Your last child sucked. This one will be better. Oh, let's go. No! Oh, fuck! You guys fucking see that? Bro, is he okay? You're not winning this. The sec I saw you, bro. He's not even wrong. The thing is, the batter's not even wrong. Oh my god. No, 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 they have a Luca. Fuck, they have a Luca. Nice. Oh, fuck, I'm so good. I'm gonna try and Terror Shotgun. Alright, Claire, you are the only one who wanted the money. So you get $50 worth of echoes. My mama never raised the quitter. That's why after 20 years I'm still an avid smoker. My lungs at this point are charcoal and I'm not stopping. Sometimes in games, it feels like you might as well just stay at the last chair and take the tie because it's going to be a tie no matter what you do, so you might as well just go on your phone or something. But I've had a lot of games, not just this one, and maybe not a lot, but a good amount of games. I kept playing the game and I actually got a win from it. Obviously, this is one of those games. I'll explain what I was thinking when the end game was happening. I did make a mistake or two, maybe. I'm still not quite sure if I did or not, and I'll talk about that too. But for now, we're chasing Night. I streamed this game, and while I was streaming, someone asked me if Night counters Night Watch. No. I feel like it's actually the opposite. I feel like I counter Night. A suggestion I gave if you're a Night Watch player against the Night is get a second speed token before you start chasing the Night. It might feel like a waste, but trust me, having that extra spell really helps out when you're chasing him. And obviously, again, mind games, knowing who's going to predict. When I downed him, I used the spell and then I long hit before he could do his second predict, so it wasn't able to go off in time. Mech was right there, so I go back because I thought Cord was there, but I guess not. Did I not see that Cord? Was that Cord there the whole time? Did I just not see that? Okay. I'm blind apparently. My bad, guys. This is why that second win matters. Look, double hit predict, but it doesn't matter because I have that second win. Also watch this. Easy, predictable, I'm the best. Now, again, she makes a mistake. She doesn't put distance between herself and me when she gets hit, so I can just down her again. Big mistake on her part. What I think happened when I game theory is, she panicked because her flare didn't connect, and so she just ran around with her head off. Ended up getting her down. I bring Knight over to this chair so I can pick up the cord. To be quite honest, at the time I didn't know whether or not she saved him before half, so I was kind of hoping he was not. Look at Cypher's, by the way. Cypher Rush has gotten crazy lately. It's actually insane. Yes, here's here, so I have to put down the cord. I get a good smack in. I accidentally hit the seer. I don't know how I did that. Knight doesn't really have anything to kite with. He goes down. Cord gets herself up. I take note of that. I don't do anything with it later, actually. Which is a mistake, I think. Right here, instead of chairing the down seer, I probably should have gone for the cord. Because she doesn't have any resources, and she is self-healed. I think that would have been the better idea. But I didn't do that. Is what it is. So right now, I get some tinnitus. That's also where the Cypher is, so I think Mech's coming from this direction, so that's why I'm there, and I get kind of really surprised when she backdoors and saves the Seer. He's not going to use his bird, he's obviously going to save it for the end game. They pop, and now it basically just looks like a tie, right? It looks like a tie, but it's not. If you down someone quick enough, it actually can be a win. Now, I say that as he wastes a full 8 seconds with that bird. I think if he did a little bit better, he actually might have gotten that. Also, you notice because Cord had to pop, she's just now getting to the gate. I pop my warp and I dash. I dash like a madman. You see Mech over there to the left while I'm dashing. Now here you have to have patience. Here you can't panic. You have to have patience. You have to recognize Mech probably has flywheel. You need to wait for that flywheel and then pop her. When she goes down, make sure also not to long hit. If you long hit, you're going to knock her into the gate. I was consciously making those decisions, and I won. So yeah, GG's. I'm going to let my dice go into the abyss. I'm not going to roll them. I think I'm going to let my dice die. I think that would be really funny. I'm going to let these go into the void. I'm not going to roll a single dice. Is this rage bait? A little bit, but I'm going to do it, right? Like, it's kind of rage bait, but like, I'm going to follow through with it. So is it really rage bait? If I actually do it, I can recover from anything. Just yesterday, I stubbed my toe, and I only cried for 6 or 7 hours. Genuinely don't know how I won this game. I am actually just an endgame god. I lost the Seer after chair. Ciphers were like pretty much done. I meme about this a lot, but my endgame is actually insane. It's so good. So this is kind of an endgame video, and what to do if you lose a survivor, and maybe just to inspire hope in case you do lose a survivor. You can still win. You just have to play like extremely well. That said, I did have a very good early game too, and they had double harass. A lot of stuff had to come together. is basically what I'm saying. I wait for that flywheel, and then he goes down. Now, I'm going to be chairing, not to the chair closest to me, but actually to the one right next to it, because that's actually a better place to harass the novelist. Again, I just want to slow decoding. I just want to stop it as much as I can. I'm not using my wind here because he can swap with me, and that would stop me from getting a speed token, which is really, really bad. People who can do that kind of counter Night Watch. Priestess is being really fucking annoying. She has 2 portals placed right now. If you played Hunter at all, you might be able to see where this is going. I suck back the Priestess, doesn't really matter. Almost get pallet stunned, but not quite. I've gone through that portal before, so I didn't want to go through it. What I did do was I walked around to try and just destroy it. I didn't see the seer going back through the portal, so I just thought he didn't. I didn't see any scratch marks going upstairs, so I went back. I didn't see any scratch marks over here, so now I'm just confused. I'm like, okay, I just have to go for the Novelist now. I hate chasing Novelist, but I don't have any other choice. The other option is Priestess in main building. Yeah, she doesn't have any portals, which I did know she used 3, but still. Novelist has already been injured, and he booked. He is just the better target, especially because he's in a worse area. So I do get him down pretty fast. But again, I'm basically first chairing with 2 ciphers done, 1 on the way and another halfway done. This is terrible. It's looking awful right now. But you'll see some shenanigans I'm able to do that lets me clutch this out. I'm just trying to block this Priestess from going anywhere. Was not expecting her. I mean, I was expecting her to portal. I just didn't hit that for some reason. I don't know why. I used that suck wind instead of the long wind because I know Novelist is really close to getting his book. And I don't want him to stop me before I can get my wind token. I see him go down, but I'm chasing this Priestess because I want to make sure this cipher doesn't get popped because I don't know where the other one is, and it's probably really far from me. I'm stopping the cipher next to me from getting popped. That's the plan. That's the plan of action right now. I chair Priestess, and now I am going over to the Novelist to just pick up. Probably going to rescue the Priestess first, because then one can work on the cipher while the other goes for the save. So what I'm doing right now is I'm stopping that save from the Novelist, blocking the Perfumer from going. I'm trying to scare her off while also scaring the Priestess off from the cipher. I figured I've done enough scaring, now watch what I do here. I'm not going to hit her. I'm just going to stop her from going to the chair. I use a speed boost so I can body block, and she's not able to get it. And if she tried, she would have been terror shocked. The cipher was popped, so now I'm guaranteed to tie at this point. I'm guaranteed to tie. I'm just now staying here with the Perfumer. I'm trying to get her down. That was a little bit of a panic swing, not gonna lie. It was a little bit of a panic swing. But she does end up going down right there. Now I'm just warping, because, again, it's pretty much a guaranteed tie. There's not much I can lose from this. I go through that Priestess portal because 1, they won't be able to use it now, and 2, it is just faster than walking. Suck that Priestess back, and down her right before she goes through that portal. I do take note of where the Seer's going. He's going in the direction of the gate. I put her on chair because 1, she has a really fast self-heal, 2, she's been chaired before. So the timer on that isn't too good for them. It's really good for me. I have Tinnitus. Now in my head I'm thinking, okay, he's in this area somewhere. He's not going to go to a gate quite yet. I lose Tinnitus, so I go over to this gate. I don't see Seer. I notice that. I'm still just trying to down the Perfumer. I don't. It's okay. Now, I think Seer's going to the other gate, because that was 70% done. That'd be a pretty good guess. But there it is. He gets crows, and so I see him. It's pretty much GG's, but that said, I only have like 20 seconds left on my detention. I have to down him quickly. If he had a bird, he probably actually could have gotten that. Yeah, GG's. Fuck. No. Oh my god. No. I'm gonna look at chat. Most people aren't. Who would struggle just... That wasn't very locked in. Okay, no. Actually, for real this time? Actually, for real? For real, 100% this time. On God. Guys, I don't know what to say. I suck. My bad. I actually got it this time. I know what I have to do. Okay, fuck. Oh my God, I'm fucking stupid. I'm actually... I'm a moron, bro! I forgot I had this. Oh my God, man. First try, by the way.